Someone's gonna get killed in all that. I gotta move. Come on, guys! This isn't helping anybody! Oh, hey! I didn't know you were around!
Went down fast.
Oh.
Thanks. You want to get some coffee?
No.
kidding? Excuse me.
Glad I was able to stop this before someone got hurt. But someone else.
You kidding? Come on now. Here we go. Okay.
I was inside when all the black goo in the city. Do you mind lighting?
Jeez. Damn. What is up? Let's see. I just want some music on here. My day has been all right, you know. Been more, uh, I've been just going outside a lot more often and going on a lot of walks, so it's been really therapeutic. But other than that, you know, I'm just taking it day by day. How are you doing? How's your day? Feel that. That's all we can do, right? Do our best. You game at all? Play Spider-Man? So, I loved No Way Home. Gotta say, like, out of all of Tom's films, I'd say that's probably tied with Homecoming as far as like how good of a film it is. Which is saying a lot. Um, I do know a lot of people critique it for just being a lot of fan service and nostalgia bait, but you know what? Like that movie meant something. You know, that movie is a moment. You know, it's like this moment of like unity between like all three generations of the live action films. You know, so I thought it was a great homage, and I thought the story itself was pretty entertaining. I will say Tom really has grown on me each film that I see him in, even more as like Spider-Man. He does a great job, you know. So I'm excited to see what he does next in Spider-Man 4 coming up next year. But I loved that Goblin is just like reinstated as being the bad guy. You know, he's like the antagonist of our generation, in my opinion. Like he's like the 2000s Darth Vader. Personally, you know, Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin. It's just like such an iconic role. I feel like some people kind of forgot about how great he really was in that film. So, and of course, Alfred Molina and Jamie Foxx's upgrade was great. Um, you know, I think it was a great arc for Peter, and he was just like a likable dude in this. Like he's just trying to do what's best. And the ending, of course, set up so much, and it was just awesome seeing him flex in the new suit and swing for a little bit. Although he goes maybe like 2 feet when he's web swinging in that. I hope the web swinging is better in the future movies, um, kind of like we were for Spider-Man 2 and the original Raimi films. Um, Music was great. I am honestly impressed that that movie was able to get to actually become like. Let me rephrase this here. The movie was just surprised that it was able to be made, considering how like just different these actors' lives are these days, and it's just like getting band back together, but for like all of the Spider-Man films into one. And to top it all off, you have to keep it a secret that you're having Tobey and Andrew come back, and it is the height of the pandemic, so they're shooting this thing like during lockdown, pretty sure. But just like around COVID, you know, like it was a task, big hard one. But so I find that really fascinating, and John Watts really deserves like his flowers for just like delivering a very solid Spider-Man MCU trilogy, and you know just had to have been crazy production schedule for that film. yeah, so that's really what I think of the film overall. Yeah, I guess the last thing I guess I will say is I love the theme of sacrificing, what you want for what is best. Kind of, the great power comes great responsibility is really hammered home in this film in a from a unique perspective, and it was a great homage, and Peter makes a great sacrifice, and yeah, so it's trying to like think of anything else to really say, but that's really about like it, how I can really describe it right now. But yeah, so I'm a Tobey Maguire like fanboy for his films, like Sam Raimi, the director. I thought he just really went off on that. Yeah, it's always been my favorite villain. Yeah, new suit. Yes, dude, new suit. I like it. I'm ready. I'm ready. Uh, what do you think? I don't want to dampen the mood, but I think the mask could be better. But what do you think? Yeah, I just feel like the eyes. Yes, I agree 100%. Andrew's suit in Tasman 2 just still is my favorite. Although that's like my least favorite Spider-Man flick out of them all. I will say that. The production design and cinematography are outstanding, and I think my issues with that film really just come down to how messy the writing was. Like, worse than Spider-Man 3. But, like, I'm not trying to just dog on a movie here. Sorry. I'm strangely passionate about Amazing Spider-Man 2 because of how much potential I know that movie could have had, or how much potential it had. Um, but, like, I won't lecture people unless they really want to hear it, but um, just thoughts. And I really like Andrew as Spider-Man as well. I think he really brought like that Ultimate Spider-Man feel to it, which I know that's what they were going for, and it felt very much like the comic books sometimes. Um, I wish that, yeah, that's all I'll say. Oh, the Venom movies. Okay. I feel like they're all entertaining. You know what I mean? And I love Venom. He's great. And I think as a trilogy, it delivered something. I liked the first one the most, but I feel like the second one had the more unique elements. You have Carnage, and I feel like he in this trilogy is the most unique villain, or however you want to say, an antagonist in this Venom trilogy. Is the most interesting one, um, and it just like made for more interesting visuals. I think it could have been a little longer, um, which is funny to say, but I feel like they didn't really develop Cletus Cassidy that much as they could have. They did an okay job. Don't get me wrong. Like it's a fun popcorn movie that like I can throw on and I'll still be satisfied. Um, I like Tom Hardy, and I wish we got a Tom Holland and Tom Hardy film. And I don't know why they were teasing that so much in No Way Home if they didn't even deliver on that in Venom 3. So I really didn't like Venom 3 overall. I know some people really actually appreciate it. It felt like just like a true Venom story, but I thought it was just kind of it could have been a lot better than what it was. Like, if you're gonna tease this big villain, actually give us something more interesting for a third act monster than what we got, you know? Um, so, I don't know, maybe I have to rewatch it and give it a second shot, because I saw it once and was just really disappointed because, like, they had the lizard actor back in there and he ended up just being some other guy. Um, but the action was pretty good, and I loved seeing Venom in the water. I thought that those VFX looked insanely good. Like, just, it was really brief, but those moments are what you really just celebrate. I just know it. They're proud of it because the effects of the water were just so realistic on his skin. I don't know if you really want to call Venom's hue skin, but you know what I mean. Yeah. I am a Spider-Man 3 sympathizer, by the way. So I will, though, make concessions and say that the portrayal of Venom in that film, Spider-Man 3, that is, was just it was good for a moment. Like it just it was such a thrown-in character. You could just tell by how little screen time he gets, and I mean, it makes sense. Sam Raimi, the director, has talked about it a lot, with the whole fiasco with that, which I can just discuss another time. I don't want to go on another tangent right now, but maybe I'll make a video about these feelings I have. There I am, just talking about Spider-Man 3 again. It's incredible how that happens. Alright, but what is your favorite Spider-Man movie? Let me know, because I'm curious. And if you think I'm full of shit, I want to hear it. Let me know what you think. If your favorite film is Amazing Spider-Man 2, I have mad respect for you. But I'd like to, I'd like to keep it as an open place for people to give their opinions too. My favorite Spider-Man film has to be Spider-Man 2, 2004, followed by, I would say, the 2002 film, first one, and then Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and even that just feels so low because like those two films, the Spider-Verse films, were just such bangers. But I mean, those four films are just like the best out of all of them. With that said, though, I think in fifth place is Homecoming, which is another just fantastic one. Actually, I take that back. The next one's going to be No Way Home, and then Homecoming. Actually, No Way Home, followed by The Amazing Spider-Man. After The Amazing Spider-Man, then I would do Homecoming, and then Far From Home, and then The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And I love them all differently. Let me check your comment. I'll pull up the app because the message just disappeared on my screen. I don't really know. They're all great in their own ways. I do love the Spider-Verse movies. Dude, yeah. Spider-Verse is... Someone else was saying it online the other day. I think it was on TikTok. That, like, they could go on to be, like, this trilogy of Spider-Verse films could be, like, Godfather level trilogies or, like, a Lord of the Rings kind of deal. And they might be exaggerating a little bit. I don't know. I mean, they're 2 for 2 right now, and they're just great films. Like, adults can enjoy them as much as like kids can like them. It's a huge. It was a huge risk. The film was really risky because it was so unique, but they really stuck to their guns and they really made something to be proud of. And I could rewatch those films all the damn time. Yes. It was so good. I had a freaking fun times watching that. I just loved New York City. I thought like how expansive it looked and how um, futuristic it looked, but like specifically like retro futurism. That's what it's called. Really, really, really cool. And they just nailed it, man. I could just tell it was a labor of love. Uh, Galactus, sorry, is he looks phenomenal. He's not a big, you know, uh, storm cloud or whatever like he was in the original Fantastic Four movies from the 2000s. This one blows it up. Is easily like one of the best MCU films that's come out recently, and I haven't seen Thunderbolts yet. Jeez, I haven't seen Thunderbolts yet. Have you seen Thunderbolts? What do you think? Thunderbolts versus the Fantastic Four. Which film do you think is better? Oh, shit. Well. Yeah, I wish I saw it in theaters. Like I feel bad because I know like from what I've heard, these two movies have been not doing as well as the box office as they probably deserve. And it's just kind of like my time is just so divided these days. I wish I could go see movies twice in theaters. I want to, I really do, but there are so many films coming out that I can save my money for. Um, it's kind of like the trade-off. You think about it, like your the budget at all. I don't know, but like your entertainment budget per month. Like we have Disney Plus now, so we have Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Hulu, all this stuff. It's like we pay subscriptions for all these services now, so our budget for just going to movie theaters is being displaced and redirected to all these streaming services. So this is kind of the world that they've manufactured themselves, unfortunately. I love the movie theater experience. I think it's really something to be um, really rejoiced and celebrated. I wish more people went, but I understand, like the price of a ticket for some people, depending where you live, can be ridiculous. So, no shame and being financially responsible. Um, but it's just, I wish we could get to a point where going to the theater wasn't like $100 for like, a group of 4 people and some snacks, or like you take the family out to dinner and you have like 2 kids and just, that adds up. It's not as accessible as it should be, in my opinion. But regardless, I am only so passionate because I actually care. I know I'm probably making it. I'm probably oversimplifying the problem of low box office numbers and the problem of all that. So, but I think that's pretty much it, but I don't know. Oh man, I think I should DoorDash something. Any good ones you would recommend? Ooh. TV shows. Man, have you seen the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show? That one was pretty good. I don't watch a lot of like the Marvel shows because they're just too many, and it's really hard for me to keep up with TV shows and watch as many movies. I love films, and so like I'm a big film nerd. So that's kind of where I put a lot of my times when I'm not uh, working or playing video games. Like I'm doing right now. But long story short, I would say yeah. So that Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. Let's see. I heard the Ironheart show was actually pretty good too. So I've been meaning to check that out. Also, still need to watch Loki season 2. What'd you think of it? The Spider-Man show? Oh, and also, ooh, after you type that, I don't know if you're gonna respond, but you should check out the X-Men '97 show or X-Men '94. I remember I grew up and was watching that on TV, like on ABC Family back in the day. I never like watched it all like in order, but I think that's a great TV show, and especially with them like reviving it and everything. I think it's a great one to like sink your teeth into if you haven't already. I actually need to myself like sit down and commit. I actually have the first volume of the original X-Men comics and hardback, and I'm really excited to continue reading it. I'm also reading some Doctor Strange. Ooh, slam.
Someone's not gonna survive that fight unless I jump in.
Okay, I'll save the day. Let's get this over. Yeah, Norman Osborn was great. Really psyched for season 2. I think comes out next year. I hope it does at least. I think I saw something on TikTok about it coming out then, but I'm sure it's coming out the next couple years. Oh, oh, oh. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, oh, oh. I can't do the thing. Alright. I'll do that. Oh. Oh my god, what am I doing? Oh, I think you will, but I feel like... Jeez. It's inevitable. And I think they could do something really cool and have them get the symbiote. So, symbiote suits in the TV show around the same time as Secret Wars when that film comes out. And if you don't know, that's where we're like first introduced to like Spider-Man's black suit. So that could be something really cool, like cross marketing. I'm sure they've thought about that. But yeah, have them out at around the same time would be really sick. I remember back in the day when Spider-Man 3 first came out. I'm not saving that guy, by the way. I mean, I hate doing that in this game. When Spider-Man 3 came out, they brought back Black Suit in comic books, and it was this whole thing. They had it's called like Back in Black, and just like they do, like it's great for marketing, right? So it's cross branding or cross medium or whatever, cross platform. Comic books, movies, both having Venom in it, like Black Suit. It's a very I think a smart thing to do now, like with Secret Wars coming out back, I think, in like 2027. Um, if they give Tom Holland the black suit, it would just be awesome to see Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man also having it maybe in season 3 of the TV show. If they churn out this TV show, um, like fast, right? Because I know like animation takes, I think it's 13 months per season to produce, and like at the entire season. So um, I think that would be pretty cool. So short answer, yes, I think you'll definitely get the suit, like the black suit. Ooh, that's a loaded question, my friend. But you know what? I'm going to answer it very boldly. And um, let's see. I don't think it was necessarily the wrong decision to cast Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Um, and when I say that, I mean it's a little more complicated than like he's a perfect pick, right? My issue is they're making Doctor Doom the main bad guy for this Avengers film before really reintroducing him in the Fantastic Four, which to me just feels, I don't know, it just feels rushed. I feel like I'd like to see Victor Von Doom really. I'd like to see that transformation into Doctor Doom, as we know, and I feel like we're going to be missing that. It's just going to be kind of the same issue that we're having with Green Goblin in the live action films. We've already had now another Green Goblin from the multiverse from the Raimi films. And it's like, okay, so what do you do? Do you reintroduce these villains um, as like different actors, or what do you do? Or just make it so that this multiversal version is the only version canonically in both universes? I don't know. I don't know how you handle that. I guess it's really just up to them. I don't really know what their vision is for Doomsday, so I guess I'm more. I have a lot of faith in the Russo brothers to deliver a great Marvel movie. So whatever they do, I mean, I'm sure it's going to work out. Just knowing their track record with Marvel. So, and Robert Downey Jr. He's just a great actor. I never would underestimate that guy's ability to deliver a good film. He's gonna do a really good job. I think he's a great actor. He's like one of the actors of our generation, like one of the best, and most prolific. I'd say by the end of his career, he'll be one of the most prolific actors of all time. Which, of course, like he's a great guy. So, I think they're working on something very unique. And if you're looking at Doomsday as just like one film, I have faith that their Doctor Doom will be unique enough where the Fantastic Four can have their own unique Doctor Doom as well. What the hell happened? I have no idea what just happened. What? That was bizarre, right? Okay, I had to clip that. I loved Captain America Civil War. Dude, I saw it in theaters. Ah, dude. Just a great way to introduce, of course, Black Panther and Spider-Man in one film. I thought it was awesome, and I think just sides of the coin of ethics, right? More state control versus, or more governmental overreach versus more freedoms. A classic question that is very symbolic with American politics, obviously, and I think it's a very it's a great adaptation of the comic books too. So I'd say like that Black Panther scene in the tunnel, freaking baller. Like, what a great action sequence, seeing him just running through cars and things, or running on top of cars, or whatever he did. I mean, that was a pretty epic introduction. how he jumps out of that window is pretty tight too. Really, I liked the Black Panther film as well. I will say I wasn't like, I mean, I liked it a lot. It just wasn't like my favorite Marvel film. I know some people really liked it. Team Cap or Team Iron Man? So back in the day, I was Team Iron Man, but as time's gone on, I mean, I'd have to go Team Cap, but I think Captain America made some mistakes in not disclosing what he knew about Bucky to Tony, and I think that makes it more like, okay, like they kind of balance each other out. I know that's the point of the film, was to show like both of these forces here, Captain America and Iron Man, represent to me like the different sides of entire political system. Democrats, Republicans, and how governmental overreach. It's always talked about, and so like so the Accords and Civil War are very symbolic, and I just think that's really interesting because it's like it shows like when they get separated and they fight and they are disjointed, they destroy the Avengers, and then it leads into it's a ripple effect into Avengers Infinity War, because they're all separated, the band's broken up, and it can only like really save the day, of course, when they come back together. And of course, it's a universal message that I think it's important for blockbusters sometimes to retell, and I think that what a great run of films that was. That was pretty sick. So. Yeah, dude. Like, all things considered, Tony bodied them, and I know he ended up getting kind of his ass whooped. But I mean, it's 1v2. It's kind of like you have to make some be realistic a little bit. Yeah, that iconic shot when you're looking through the window and seeing Tony's or Iron Man's last hit Iron Man's shield was, Captain America's shield was pretty cool. I was like, yeah, that's the shot of the film. Yes, he did. Alright, freaks. What do we got? Most underrated Marvel movie. What do you think on that? Most underrated. I got it. The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. That film, so underappreciated. To me, I feel like it was a great pragmatic way to show or explain the Hulk to a modern audience, right? Great way to separate itself from the 2003 version, which I also didn't mind, in all honesty. Another underrated film, I think. Anyway, back on track here. Yeah, dude, I liked Ed Norton. He's my preferred Hulk, I think, out of all we've had, and it's unfair to Mark Ruffalo. I feel like he needs his time to shine as the Incredible Hulk. Like, um, in the Avengers films, I mean, we never really see him get like super mad. I don't know. We don't really get much of like a compelling story for him. So I'd like to see that kind of re-explored a bit. And given we've already had Red Hulk and we know Liv Tyler is back in the mix here, like in Brave New World. I did appreciate seeing her back. I really hope yeah, we get Savage Hulk back in Brave New Day, Brand New Day. Sorry, I mixed titles up. So yeah, Incredible Hulk. I feel like the Abomination was great. Casting for everyone was awesome. The VFX too for 2008 were really really good. I like the character design of the Incredible Hulk. I love seeing the transformations. I just love the tone of the film, and it's like so dark and serious, but it's also like reminds itself that it's still a film and it doesn't have to take itself too seriously, kind of like the 2003 version uh, usually gets criticized for being way too over the top and the dark tones. Um, but like, teach their own. Um, yeah, I always love when Ed Norton or Bruce Banner jumps out of the airplane or the helicopter to go fight the Abomination, and he's like, "Don't worry, I got this." And then he jumps out, and then he's trying to turn into the Hall of Fame. Hammer like uh, picks him up, saying, "Oh shit!" right before he drops and hits the ground, and that was a funny moment where he's like, "Oh shit! I'm not going to turn in time before I hit the ground. I might die." And of course, that doesn't happen. Uh, but still, just really, really fun attention to detail. And I also like that Bruce Banner wears like that wristband or whatever to track his heart rate. I think exploring the biological side of being the Incredible Hulk, I think is a unique uh, perspective to have in these movies. So, oh yeah, Smart Hulk, man, he was fine for like one movie, but I wish that in Endgame he just, I don't know, became the Hulk that we once knew. Um, Unfortunate for Bruce Banner, but I like seeing him in pain, kind of like Peter Parker. So really, really excited for a brand new day. Brave, yeah, brand new day. Jeez. Oh, jeez. My ordering Taco Bell. I didn't really eat much today. Jeez. I liked it. Yeah, I didn't have a. I had a great time seeing that in theaters too. It's a great, great film to just really just have a good time and celebrate the Fox universe. You know. What do you think, though? honestly, I loved costume. You know something that grinds my gears is Twitter. When a film comes out that is like praised at first, and then a year goes by, and then like Twitter has all these people start like dogging on like Deadpool and Wolverine and saying it wasn't that great when last summer everyone was having a blast with it, or like Taika Waititi and how nobody really liked Love and Thunder, but it really felt reminiscent of Ragnarok, and everybody loved it. So it just really just flabbergasted sometimes with the internet, and I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, another underrated film in the Marvel Universe, I would say, is Thor: Love and Thunder. It's by no means like my favorite of the Marvel movies, but it's really not as bad as people on the internet will tell you. They like, get really passionate with it, but maybe that's just them. Maybe that's the same feeling that I have about the Amazing Spider-Man 2 that they do for Thor: Love and Thunder. You know, I really didn't like Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I loved so much about it. So, but still, man, yeah, don't know where this is going. I'm just kind of talking now, kind of vibing out. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Feel free to ask me any questions you would have about Spider-Man, anything, any movies you want to talk about, any movies I want to talk about. Oh, but gee, let's see. Any movies? Jeez. Well, last night I watched Blades of Glory for the first time, the movie with Will Ferrell and the guy from Napoleon Dynamite. Hilarious, and it's dated. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have you have to stamp your expectations. Some jokes are just not gonna land and be maybe kind of like not as appropriate or just like not as funny. But like you know what? With that said, I don't want to keep downplaying it. I still give it like a 3 out of 5 star, which is it was still very entertaining. I still love Will Ferrell and all the cast. They're all very very fun characters. And it's a great 90-minute flick. It's on Netflix right now. It came out I think in 2007, I think around there. And then the following year, then in 2008, is when Step Brothers came out. Hilarious movie, still one of my favorite comedies. Let's see, what else do we got to talk about? What else have I watched recently? Oh man, what have I watched recently that is like worth talking about though? Let's see. Ooh, I rewatched a James Bond movie. Which one was it? From Russia with Love. Classic Bond flick. I'm actually doing a James Bond marathon. My girlfriend and I are watching all of the films and going in order. So I've seen most of them, but not all of them. Like I don't think I've seen the Roger Moore ones. I have not seen, but I've seen a lot of the other ones. Like I've seen, I think most of the Sean Connery ones, Pierce Brosnan ones. What is up? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We're just talking about movies at the moment. But let me know what your favorite movie is, if you even like movies. If you don't like movies, I want to know why. You love them, you hate them. But, yeah, so James Bond, it's going to be a long marathon, but we're going to try to binge a few more this coming weekend and just really crank out. Maybe like watching 4 of them. Yes! Infinity War. We were actually just talking about Infinity War. I love that film. I loved how they split up all the characters in a very unique way, but entertaining way. I felt like everyone, like there was so much great chemistry on screen. It was just like the best thing in the world. Like seeing Peter and Tony with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought, and with Thor at some point. I think that was a great addition. Or great mixing of the pot, right? the melting pot or whatever. I just bought. Let's see here. I just bought a reality gun. Ooh, a reality gauntlet. It has yet to arrive. Congratulations. That's gonna be fun. Yes, Infinity Gauntlet. I knew what you. I was. Yeah, that's gonna be really sick though. Does it come? I'm sure it comes like with all the Infinity Stones in it. But I wonder if the Infinity Stones are gonna come like just like attached to them, or if you can like put them in yourself, like take them in and take them out and stuff like that. I don't know if you know or not, but I'm curious. Sick. What who makes these? Heck yeah. War Machine. Is his TV show coming out still? I'm intrigued by that. No. That's a shame. I think he was going to, but I think some complications came up, and they're going to turn it into a movie? Or was it going to be a movie, but then they canceled the movie and made it into a TV show that has yet to come out? Or did they just cancel it altogether? You might need to fact check that. Dang. That's a bummer. That's true. That is a man. I can't wait to see Shang-Chi again. I feel like Shang-Chi is a character that's being underutilized, but I hope he makes an appearance in not only Doomsday, but Brand New Day. I know he already wrapped shooting for Doomsday. The actor, forget his name. Yeah, dude, that movie was underrated as fuck. That was actually a great year, like great few months. We got that, and then a few months later we got No Way Home. I mean, that we were eating. People forget about that. That could be really interesting. Honestly, you get Insomniac to do what they're doing with Spider-Man. You give it like the Iron Man treatment, like give it the Insomniac treatment, where you start with Iron Man. Personally, that's what I would do, and then include War Machine in the second one, and then you could do Ironheart in the third one. Of course, you don't. That's like just following what they're doing, strictly what they're doing with Spider-Man. But I like what you're saying though. Um, that could be really fun, even if it was just War Machine. I remember the original Iron Man game for the movie game back in 2008. That thing was so fun, and it was for PS3, yeah, PS3 exclusive. Actually, I think they had it for PS2 as well. Yeah, definitely. That's fair. Hey, yeah, man, thanks for tuning in. I haven't played a Deadpool game. There's a Deadpool game? No, yeah, definitely. I feel like, yeah, they could totally do that with War Machine. Jeez, I didn't know there was a Deadpool game. I must be just living under a rock. Chat, am I living under a rock? Is this the Krusty Krab? No, it's just Patrick. Is it new? Like, is it newer? Or is it like, is there a console? Like, could I get for my PS5?
Building's being broken into.
Damn.
Y'all better think twice next time.
2013. Time really does go by fast. What games are you guys looking forward to? Maybe this generation, next generation? I think I'm most looking forward to Intergalactic Heretic Prophet for Naughty Dog. But actually, like even more excited for Last of Us Part 3. That hasn't even really been confirmed yet, but I'm just praying, dude. I'm just praying to get a third. That my favorite series of all time. I'd say Wolverine's gonna be really fun. I know Insomniac's working their ass off on that. Um, yes, dude.
Looks like an accident waiting to happen. Looks like they know I'm too busy when they do this.
Yeah, I hear you with that. Have you guys played Squirrel with a Gun? This game's hilarious. It's literally what it sounds like. It's made in Unreal Engine 5, I believe. Or 4? Probably 5. Oh, it's hilarious. I think I have some videos of it on my channel. But I think it's like you get it for like $15. So it's like it's not that it's an indie game, so it's very unique in that sense. I don't want to spoil it, but I think you could just check out a trailer or something. You can see if it's your vibe or not. How often do I live stream? I I would say I live stream like I'd say like a couple times a week, maybe 3 times a week, but Um, I have a pretty busy schedule, but I really try to get it, um, get some hours in every week. It really depends on like what I'm feeling, but I do like talking to people, so this is nice, and I feel comfortable just kind of playing this, just talking movies, video games, or whatever. It's uh, it's nice. I still want a multiplayer Spider-Man game. Just play with your friends. Sweet, man. I appreciate it. You can, I think you can turn on notifications for them. But yeah, I wanna keep doing this. So we'll see what it shapes up into. I might show my face at one point because I do have, I think, that capability. I just have to kind of figure it out. But I want to expand this and just really just keep hanging out because this is just fun. And yeah, so yeah, I will definitely be around. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, it'd be so cool. Have you seen that? There's a YouTube video going around. This guy talks about. I know I'm not really narrowing it down. He's talking about what he'd like in Spider-Man 3, and I echo the same sentiment. Um, I think, I don't know if I included it in my review too, but I might have of Spider-Man 2. I wish, or for the third game, I'm hoping that we get into the sewers and like we have more, basically more free range, so we can go into street clothes. That's something this YouTuber was mentioning, was getting into street, like being able to switch in like back and forth between street clothes, Spider-Man clothes, and stuff like that. Have repercussions for being caught, like doing Spider-Man things in your street clothes. Uh, he also mentioned, I forget this guy's name and what YouTube video it is, but it sounded really tight. We just make it so immersive. I think yeah, going inside buildings would be really tight. That's something he also mentioned in the video. Jeez, what is it? But I echo a lot of like the same sentiments and things I want. So. This one dude on the internet said this, and so yeah, that sounds freaking sick. I would love to choose what kind of Spider-Man you want to be a multiplayer. Yeah, dude. Have you played Infamous? Anybody? Anybody play Infamous? That game series is baller. That's one of my favorite game series. Yeah, Infamous 1 and 2. Oh, definitely check them out. I'm sure you can get them on like major discount on Steam. I don't know if Steam, but definitely in the PlayStation Store. Yeah, dude. It's you should look up some YouTube videos of it. I miss playing it. I gotta figure out how I can play at my PS5 without having to buy it again. So I still own it. It's in my library. Yeah. It's very much like a superhero-esque kind of vigilante kind of thing. Some sci-fi elements to it. Um, if you like Spider-Man and like superhero stuff, I think you might dig this. It's a very cool open world kind of game, and you have like these like not laser powers, but like different kind of energy powers, and you have these power surges and shit, kind of like Miles. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. If you ever get bored. Yeah. You can get the third game, Infamous Second Son, for PS4, and it also plays on PS5. And I do have that, so I have done that on my PS5. But I mean, like the first two games, I really want to relive. Maybe one day. Come on.
Sure would be nice if my next fight was a little bit smaller to balance things out.
Let's see, what is your question? My last question before I go to bed. What do you think about a Venom game? Dude, I want a Venom game so bad. If there's, I honestly, I prefer a Venom game over the Wolverine game right now. I'm just hoping, man, just get that, just hold us over, you know? I am praying, dude. It would be pretty tight, too, if, like, I don't know, they reinvent some traversal options for Venom. But, hey, whatever they make, I'm sure it's going to be high quality. That's what they do. So I want to give them their time. Really kind of just go all out. Yeah. Hey, maybe one day. Hopefully one day soon. Maybe 2026. Honestly, even if they just like shadow drop it this year. Yeah, screw it. I'll be a little delusional. That's my prediction. They're gonna shadow drop Venom, the video game, from Insomniac this October. That's gonna be my delusional prediction. Jesus Christ. All right, man. You have a good night. Get some rest. Thanks for tuning in, man. Or woman, I don't know. Sounds good. I think it's time for food. I am See you later. Realize plan B recommended to work on my guitar. Oh, really? Obviously. Alright. Time to swing again. The moment you've all been waiting for. The moment I've definitely been waiting for. Brace yourself. Because we're about to have a blast. We're going to change suits first because you boys got to be suited up in something fresh, something very minimal, something very low key, like this, right? Very low key, right? 1 second, second over yet. That was great. Cool. All right. Now for real, we're gonna go for it. Thank you to that one follower who left, who just got impatient. Appreciate it. Mainly to the guy who stayed. Thank you. Bam. Look at all that. Nice. Stupid, but there's something. I should start just doing stupid shit. Bada bing. Bada boom boom boom. Bada bing. Oh, that was an accident, guys. Sorry about that one. Remember, a lion never worries himself with employment, right? As the meme goes. I don't know, I'm trying to make a joke, but it's just not coming together. Oh, come on. Oh shit. Car hopping.
nervioso. Don't worry, I'll stay out of your way.
Don't worry about
Thanks for the assist. That piece already got my dough.
All right.